An incredible film, a procession of rhapsodic images, elevating what might have been an unremarkable script into one of the most entrancing films of the 1970s, potentially the finest work in Mike Hodges' output. Terrence Malick wrote to Hodges, claiming, "I have just come from seeing The Terminal Man and want you to know what a magnificent, overwhelming picture it is. You achieve moods that I've never experienced in the movies before, though it's only in hope of finding them that I keep going. Your images make me understand what an image is, not a pretty picture, but something that should pierce one through like an arrow and speak in a language all its own." I cannot recommend enough all of you to watch The Terminal Man, especially any of you into the European quasi or overtly art house stuff. Hodges is interested in your priorities also. He just happened to be adapting a Michael Crichton novel in this circumstance. For those who might want more strict sci-fi, I'm not sure how one would feel. Perhaps if they prefer 70s sci-fi films to 80s sci-fi, they may get a great kick out of it. To those who prefer the later decade, it might be a bit, well, artsy for them, an inference that The Terminal Man is more for those who like Solaris, Stalker, or World on a Wire, or even just America's THX 1138, or Saul Bass's mighty, masterly work Phase 4. So many imposing legendary sequences, every single frame is insisted as highly philosophically significant in the course of human history, these moments in the film's universe, the culmination of years of discussions contributing to our logos, the most ornate murder in cinema history up to that point in time, as well as the most intense and affecting near murder not too long afterward. So much of the interior design and then modernist architectural environment of the film, even a striptease in the middle of its runtime, and an enthralling conclusion which would make an immensely impactful short subject in of itself, as an exercise of assertively filmic narrative realization of the medium. Mike Hodges was a quite great director, composing a wholly impressive output of features. Potentially Get Carter from 1971 is the most known, a triumphant masterpiece as I would claim of 74's Terminal Man, and he's also responsible for rather stellar films such as 1972's Pulp, 1987's A Prayer for the Dying, and 1989's Black Rainbow, also for the cult hit Flash Gordon, a very likeable film, I think many of us may agree. He began his career with a rather impressive telefilm from 1969, Suspect, a creatively filmic, considerately edited piece which established immediately the imagination of this outstanding auteur. Hodges began directing The Omen 2, although left, and so the film was finished by Don Taylor then. I do like Omen 2, though I can imagine it may have been at least more filmically compelling at Hodges' stage to finish the feature. Quite possibly one of my 5 favourite films of 1974, along with Phase 4, Ali, Fear Eats the Soul, Phantom of the Paradise, and The Godfather Part 2. Also one of the 5 greatest applications of Richard H. Klein's photography, along with The Andromeda Strain, Soylent Green, The Fury, and Star Trek The Motion Picture, but also worth mentioning among his works are The Boston Strangler, The Mechanic, Hammersmith is Out, The Don is Dead, and the Jim McBride 1983 remake of Breathless.